All right, so here we have it as Steve does a real deep inspection, taking a look at the tiers, starting at the bottom and working our way up. At the bottom, teams with no chance. Now, Phoenix is only included at this point in time because as of the time of recording, they are not officially eliminated from playoff contention or play-in contention. Miami almost made up another tier, but I don't know. I have not felt confident in them this season really at all, except for Tyler Hero. Chicago, Orlando, no chance. Atlanta, cut me a break, and we just talked about Phoenix. Like I said, these teams have really no chance of going anywhere in the postseason. Moving up to the next tier, the Pistons and the Pacers. Because did I want to put these teams with the rest of the play-in teams? No. Did I think that they were going to legitimately go any further than these teams? No. So it was one of those weird things where I couldn't put them in the tier above them, and I didn't feel comfortable with the tier below them. So they kind of sit in their own weird middle gray area, Pistons and Pacers. We then have the teams that have kind of a chance. Can these teams maybe get hot, spoil some fun, win around? Maybe. I don't know. I really doubt it. If Anthony Davis can come back and look really healthy and do what he did last Lakers playoff run, maybe could beat a team. Sacramento, Steve, was your dark horse heading into the season. Can they catch fire and maybe do something? Again, maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. Memphis has been all over the place this season, but they have been staying afloat. So again, can they maybe spoil something? I guess we'll see. Kind of a chance, kind of. Then we have could ruin a run. So again, I think these teams have slightly better chances to beat those teams that I mentioned, but I don't think they're going to go real deep. Now, like New York, can they beat a team like Cleveland or Milwaukee, who I think is better than them? Maybe. Houston, young, but they're like the Walmart version of Oklahoma City. Do I think that they could maybe get hot and spoil a team's fun and win a round or two? Again, better than the teams below them. And Minnesota, same thing. Just coming off of a conference finals appearance, Anthony Edwards has been playing really well. Julius Randle, although historically not great in the playoffs, we'll see what happens there. Like I said, these teams could ruin a better team's run, but I doubt it. Missing a piece. So these teams, if they had maybe one more thing on them, they could maybe do a run. I have said multiple times now on this show, I don't think if Donovan Mitchell is your team's best player, you're ever going to be making a finals run. So They're just missing a better franchise player, and Denver is missing a head coach, as we just discussed moments ago. So if these teams just had an extra piece, or if there was something more about them, I could really get behind them, but they just don't, so I can't. So they are just simply missing a piece. Above them, leaning on legends. So Milwaukee, as I have said multiple times, they're my pick to make the finals out of the East. I am sticking with that pick still, and I think they're going to ride Giannis's coattails. He has been having an insane end of the season, especially since Dame has been gone. I want to see if I could get just a blurb of his numbers here since the Dame injury. But he's been playing really well. Are they going to have enough left in the tank or depth-wise? I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, they are really leaning on Giannis. With Golden State, playoff Jimmy, is he going to come back around after doing what he did in Miami? I really have no idea. I shouldn't say his psyche. Well, yeah, his psyche has to be a little bit different since that went down. He can act all tough and cool ever he wants. He had a connection there. We'll see if he can go back into that spot with Golden State. I mean, Steph Curry, but people talked a few years ago about was his championship window closing. Now here he is. People say Warriors have a legitimate chance to win another one. Can he unlock something like playoff Jimmy where he can lead the Golden State on yet again another finals run? So Milwaukee and Golden State leaning on their legends. Above them, contenders. Listen, I can't go anywhere without me hearing or people telling me that Oklahoma City is going to make the finals. No, they're just not. I felt bad putting them to be honest with you, they were actually almost on the tier above them simply because I felt bad, but I've been getting berated with that so much. It's like, I mean, I guess they can't technically, but I really don't believe in them. Again, sort of like the Dallas, Sacramento, Memphis run. I think they have a slightly better chance than the Bucks and Warriors. Not as good of a chance as the teams above them. But like I said, you can't go anywhere without hearing Oklahoma City's making the NBA Finals because of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm not buying into that narrative. OKC at the number, I guess, 3 position. And at the top of our tiers, these are my Western final. I guess both of our Western Conference Finals pick, and Steve, your Eastern Finals pick. I mean, Boston, it's disrespectful to not have them at the very top of this list with how they're playing this season and being the defending champions. We have talked about multiple times how we feel with LeBron and Luka, how they're playing right now, and how they have the Lakers vibing going into this postseason. I think they are the 2 most dangerous teams in basketball right now, so I think they clearly have to be the 2 contenders for each conference. And that's it. That is all the tiers. Steve, thank you very much. You were giving this some interesting looks as I was going through and explaining. You were doing a lot of head shaking. Let me hear your thoughts.
So as you know, I'm a big believer in what the Pistons have going on with JB Bickerstaff in Detroit right now. Cade Cunningham he's found a gear that that we have not seen yet. And he also has the Pistons playing really well right now. With the Kings losing De'Aaron Fox and losing a large portion of their leadership in that, I think I would switch the Pistons and the Kings just personally. My dark horse prediction went through the crapper when De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs. So I'll own that. The only other one on here that I am kind of confused, and I just wanted to talk through it a little bit with you. You believe in the Rockets over the Grizzlies. We have seen Ja Morant the last 10 games. He has been on an absolute tear. He has returned to that it's me against the world mentality, and that was the best Ja Morant that we ever saw in the NBA. He has Jaren Jackson Jr. still playing at a defensive player of the year level there. They have Desmond Bane, who is once again still having a great season. And with Ja Morant, I just think that they have more experience, and you and me have said often that youth doesn't translate to the playoffs, and the Rockets are literally what Oklahoma City was 3 years ago. I just found it interesting that you didn't put the Grizzlies up there and move the Rockets elsewhere. But go ahead.
Between the Rockets and the Grizzlies, who do you think is the best player?
Ja Morant.
Is better than Şengün?
You know I'm a Şengün guy, dude. You know
this season.
Guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you seen Ja's numbers?
I think Houston. We disagree on that. I think Houston has the best player. I think Houston has the better coach. I think Houston has the better culture.
Who's coaching in Houston right now?
Ime Udoka.
Okay.
I think Houston has a better culture. I think, especially as of late, now this isn't detrimental, but I think especially as of late with the Ja Morant stuff, there's none of that going on in Houston. I think Houston has been, in terms of their building to this moment, has gone more efficiently than Memphis, especially with the Ja stuff being in and out. And I think that with Houston's positioning in the West this season, and the narrative that has been surrounding them, I think they're going to have a larger chip on their shoulder. And if those 2 teams played in a series, I'd pick Houston in, I want to say 5, but maybe 6 the most.
See, that's where I think we're going to have the disagreement, because we've seen big games from Ja in the playoffs. When's the last time you saw Şengün in the playoffs? What experiences have you seen from Şengün in the playoffs, and Jalen Green and Jabari Smith Jr. and Dylan Brooks? Like, what have we seen from this team that leads you to believe that they'd be able to win a series over a team that has already proven they can win a series?
You act as if Ja Morant has been in the playoffs for 8 years.
I'm just going off of my frame of reference.
How many of a game sample size are we talking? Like, it can't
At least I have a sample size.
But again, I think that with Ja's absence and the lack of continuity within Memphis, with and without Ja, or the fact that like when they were with there was that weird point of time where Ja was out and they were the worst team ever, and then he came back and then he was out again and they were the best team ever. So they're just such an inconsistent group. And like I said, I don't know what the identity or culture of Memphis is right now. And while I respect Ja Morant for sure, Ja Morant at one point in time was a top minimum 12 NBA player. That has not been the case for the last 2.5 seasons. Ja Morant needs to show me a full season and a full legitimate postseason of doing things like that for me to reinvest in him. I just don't think right now at this point in time I would back the short history of Ja Morant against what Houston has been building towards in that same time frame.
No, I guess we'll see. I think that this is a year where Ja can prove that to us. And I think right now he's peaking at the right time. He has gained national attention for other obvious reasons, but he is also playing at a very high level right now. He is peaking at the right time coming into the playoffs. So, yeah, I think we'll see. But other than that, this list is fantastic, and I agree with every other spot on this list.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.